Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Trading with Sergio. Um, Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. Market just closed. So, what do we do today? I have some time to spend with you all, talk a little bit about uh, what's going on, but more importantly, I really would like this to be. I know most of you are out getting ready for Christmas Eve, so I'm going to do the same thing. There is a monsoon going on in California, especially where I live, north of Los Angeles. I haven't seen this kind of rain for a while, which is good. We need it. It tests your roof and your windows. At some point, wind was going sideways and rain was going sideways. Still is. It's supposed to be like this tonight and tomorrow. It's kind of bummer for Christmas, but then it is what it is. It's a wet Christmas, and hope you had all your shopping done. Gifts are under the tree, and trading week is short. It's going to be the same thing next week for New Year's. Although next Wednesday it's a full trading day as opposed to closing at 10 a.m. We'll be back on Friday with Power Hour with Sergio. That's a full trading day. Good things are going on. Most of my positions did okay this week, with the exception of BMNU. So I would love for some of you to come on today. Do like maybe like a town hall kind of a thing. We can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Here's the link. Please grab the link and show up. All I ask is you're in a quiet place with good internet reception so we don't get cut off. Mike the Peach. Good morning, Ahmed. Why don't you grab the link and come on, Mike the Peach? No, Mike the D68 Peach. We can talk some Armenian. Nobody will understand. So what's going on? I don't know, man. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, sir. Good luck with that. Hey, good morning, good morning. The link is up here. If you guys want to show up, more than happy to host you guys. And I really would like this to be like at some point when the channel grows and the audience grows. I have another channel that I run. When we do our live streams, there's like 400 people there. And when I do my live streams here, they're like 12 people. Yeah, it is what it is. It's growing though. I would like all of you to go check out Business Insider. There was a profile done on yours truly by Alex Bitter. It was released last Sunday, actually. And please go check it out. It tells you a lot about my past, what I've done, what I'm doing, where I'm going. It's like a profile, like the past, the present, and the future kind of an article. I appreciate Alex for doing it, and so please go check it out. I wish I had the link for it. I don't even know how to post it, honestly. But if you go to Business Insider Alex Bitter, you guys will see it. All right, so there are some of you here. Let's get into some questions. Good morning, good morning. So Mike says, I'm getting into Naked Strangles with TJ. All I say for that is good luck. Hope you know what you're doing. Hi, Azanet Lopez. What's up? Hello, Kittling M. New Chicago. How's the weather in Chicago? Hopefully it's better than LA. It's been pouring, man. It's just out of control. but then it is what it is. We don't get that much rain, isn't it? How are you? I'm doing really well, thank you. How about yourself? Hope, as the title of today's live stream indicates, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Have you been nice or have you been naughty? Are you going to get what you want? I mean, look, Christmas for me is like, it's become so commercialized that if you have young kids, especially, it's cool, it's fine. But my kids are like college, and I'm like, I think they have figured out there's no Santa Claus other than dad's credit card. So, but they needed electronics today. My daughter's about to start med school, so she needed a whole bunch of stuff. And I contributed to the GDP of the country. I contributed to the GDP of the country handsomely this year. But we have, yeah, you know what? I should have taken a picture of the tree and put it behind me. That is a picture I took from my backyard about 6 months ago. It was a beautiful summer day, and then the skies were red, and had nothing to do with the market. I just liked the picture. I just put that up today, and I'm blessed to be where I'm at. But I'm thinking Iron Condor is safe, selling 25 Delta buying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Iron Condor is safer than Naked Strangles. You know, problem with Naked Strangles, depending on what stock you're doing it on. If you're doing it on a high beta stock, you're going to get whipsawed, and you know, it could turn ugly if you don't know, if you don't have a threshold to cover and become stubborn and start rolling and all that stuff. It's not a fun game to play. Nuri Chicago, I'm thinking Leafs calls on Oracle. Okay. Yeah, I think Oracle has done its 50% haircut, and that was a quick one. Like, for example, who was doing the Mike? Mike was doing the Naked Strangles. So what would happen if you did Naked Strangles on Oracle, Mike? It'd be pretty ugly. Yeah, you know, maybe per man cover call. I don't know. I like taking directional bets. I don't like, you know, hedging bets. So, mm, depending on what strikes you're doing, obviously. 4,000 per contract. Okay. Are they January 2027? I mean, stock's only what, 185, and I don't know which strikes those are, but seems okay. I mean, seems like it's bottoming here, or seems, well, it's attempting to bottom here. I don't know. You know, is it sideways before it bottoms and turns up, or is it sideways? I mean, it's going to all depend on Oracle. It's going to all depend about this AI thing that's going on. The AI circle jerk between OpenAI and NVIDIA and AMD and all these companies, you know, buying and selling from each other. You know, if you don't think it's a bubble, you should watch the CDS rates on Oracle. They are going through the roof. They have been going through the roof. CDS is credit default swaps. That's when, you know, that's how institutions buy insurance on the bonds of Oracle. That's not a pretty chart. That's just gone skyrocketing, actually. So please be careful. Just because you're buying leaps doesn't mean they cannot go down, obviously. Look, as long as people understand the risk that they're dealing with, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm going to do for next year. I already started testing and it's working out so far just fine. A lot of people are stuck on something called the win rate. For me, it's the most useless metric ever there has been, because you could have an 80% win rate and one fell swoop, you know, market tanks 10, 20%, your high beta goes down 60%, and then there goes, you know, I mean, all I'm saying is buying puts, I mean, selling puts, selling calls is not risk-free. So as long as you understand the risk, by all means, you know, you can definitely do what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to deal with, I'm not a huge fan of buy low, sell high. So that's the starter. I'm a much bigger fan of, sometimes you could do that, but, buy low, sell high is like catching a falling knife, like Oracle. I don't know if it's gonna stop here. I don't know if it's building a ledge to fall off of or is basing to take off. Don't know. I'd rather wait, because at the moment, you're just taking a flyer, taking a guess, and, I'm I'd rather buy high, sell higher. And, that's gonna be the pivot next year, full pivot, actually. Uh, deal with 52-week highs, create yourself a watch list, and, those stocks have much less resistance going up. Buying low, selling high is a difficult game to play, for me anyway, and, I don't see much in it. So, do you know what you're gonna get for Christmas? With my own credit card? I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll get something, but, honestly, I don't need anything, obviously. Buying me gifts is tough, but, um, the important thing is family, health. Another year is over. Um, I consider myself blessed. If you go check out the Business Insider article, it'll tell you about my past, but I'll just get into it a little bit. I came to this country as an immigrant, as most of us have, legally. Well, actually, yeah. I went to go to college after finishing high school in Germany, and, finished college, got hired literally a day after graduation. Worked for a boutique firm on Wall Street called Bay Halsey Stewart Shields. Then we were taken over by Prudential Insurance Company of America, and we became Prudential Securities. Um, I was on the desk for about 20 plus years, 25 years ish. Same company. Moved up, became a VP of, head of operations at the desk, but still trade actively. Quit, retired, whatever you want to call it, about 2005. Then started a mortgage company, merged that with another company before the crash of 2008. I'm blessed. I don't need anything. I don't pay too much attention to material things, honestly. For me, family, health is the most important thing. I'm Armenian, so we are very family oriented, and our culture is anyway. And hopefully, I'm doing a good job raising the kids. I think I am. So, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm sure I'll get something, and then I'll see the credit card bill. Talking about credit cards, if you bought stuff on credit card, first of all, hopefully you didn't use buy now, pay later, because I have a video coming out about that on Friday. There is the wealth gap in America is as wide as it's ever been. By the way, I'm a full-on capitalist. Okay, uh, but I'm a fair capitalist, if there is such a thing. I'm not a vulture capitalist, and I count my blessings every day for being where I'm at in life at this age, and sharing my experiences with an audience is great. And all I want to do is improve financial literacy from elementary school all the way to college, because it's lacking. It's not there. So if you guys are interested, please go check out my website, www.sergioavadian.com, and subscribe to the free newsletter. And you'll learn a lot about investing. You'll learn a lot basics of investing, but then it runs the gamut. There's something for everyone, for beginners, intermediate, advanced, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but hopefully we'll get something. Hey, Tahoe King, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing well, thank you, Tahoe. Tahoe King in Canada. Cool. Oh, I'm sure you guys are getting snow up there. Hey, thank you. Much appreciated. Please share the spread the word. You'll learn a lot. Um, you know, you'll learn a lot about depending on what you're trying to do in life, how old you are, and whatever not. You'll learn a lot. So I have some major collaborations that I'm going to announce in the New Year's. As I said, I run another channel with over 200 and it's close to 230,000 subs now. We've grown the channel exponentially over the last 3-4 years, and it's regarding gig work. And in fact, I was going back and forth with Tom Sosnoff. He left Tasty, as you guys know, and started something called Lost Dog with Scott, his longtime partner, and Soul. They were talking about side hustles and things like that. Obviously, Tom's great. He's done great. I'm using his software, Thinkorswim, and so we were talking about it. There may be a chance, and I get on their podcast hopefully soon. But I have some other news to share when it comes out. I think the key is for me at this point of my life is share the knowledge, share the correct information, and have people start investing. Because if you don't invest, you're going to be left behind. There is no ifs and buts about it. So regardless of who's in the White House or Washington, what the government's doing uh, is working against you. I mean, right? So your buying power is decreasing every year, 6, 7, 8%. Although the government says inflation is 2.5%, it's not. We all know that. We all know when we go shopping, and from food to everything else, schooling and healthcare, and you know, so car insurance and all that stuff. And our fixed costs have gone up tremendously, obviously. So you need to keep pace. How do you keep pace? Why does top 10% of Americans own 87% of the assets in this country? And why does the 50%, bottom 50% own only 1%? Because they're not educated. They're not taught. And investing and trading, or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it, could be intimidating. It's boring. It's a lot more boring than watching TikTok, flipping TikTok, obviously. But it's a must. And we don't do it. And I'm not talking just debt management, budgeting, and things like that. I'm talking about investing, right? And a lot of people think you need a lot of money to start investing. You don't. You need $5, $10, $20, whatever it is. Especially if you're young, time is on your side. Compounding is an amazing, amazing thing that you will understand, because if you're young, by the time you retire, right? I'm not even sure I'm going to get Social Security by the time I retire, because I paid into it handsomely. And now, who knows? Because they raided the Social Security fund. And the youngsters who are in their 20s today, you guys are definitely screwed. You're not going to get any Social Security. And by the time you get it, right, the money you get, you're going to buy a loaf of bread because of inflation. So the point I'm trying to make is you have to invest, you have to keep pace. So if your currency or if your buying power is decreasing by 6, 7, 8% every year, okay, simple rule of passive investing, dollar cost averaging into an index will at least keep pace, right? And that's what I want to do. I want to inform and educate. There are simple things that people can do, and they don't do it because they go like, I don't have money. I can hardly, pay the bills at the end of the month. I understand. But then, I'm not telling you not to live, you know, do an overall budget at the end of the year. Like, where do I spend most of my money? Do you eat out a lot? Do you go to Starbucks a lot? The discretionary spending, maybe you can cut down on that a little bit, not eliminate it, but cut down on it and then start investing. Because, for example, investing $100 a month and dollar cost averaging into an index fund in 40 years, that turns into $1.2 million. That's the power of compounding, folks. So you guys, that's what I want to do. My mission going forward is going to be improve financial literacy, because I think it's a must. It's a must. Any mining companies that interest you? I've been hearing a lot of, I think the game is coming. They have been so stretched. All of them. I mean, I run a 52-week high list scan every day. Maybe about 150, 60 stocks. About half of them are mining stocks. And we know what's happening to gold, right? We know what's happening to silver. Well, there's a reason for that. It's a hard asset. You know, a good friend of mine, I always remember what he told me. He said, you know, don't slave harder, save in hard assets. Well, those are hard assets, and they're gone parabolic. So when things go parabolic, I try to stay away from them, sit on my hands, wait for pullbacks and things like that. But all of them have done extremely well, and because the metals are doing very well. So I think silver is what, $70 an ounce. Think about it. And gold is 45. Definitely going to be 5,000 plus next year. You know, that's the other thing that people are doing, right? Because they figured the game out that dollar is losing value, and when the dollar is losing value, right, you go put into hard assets like real estate, like gold, like stocks, obviously. So to me, the game is pretty simple, folks. You know, they're debasing the U.S. dollar. Your currency's toilet paper. Dollar this year so far against the basket of currencies has lost about 10-11% of its value. Well, that's buying power loss. How are you going to make up for that? I'm pretty sure your W-2 did not go up 10%. You know, your paychecks did not go up 10% year over year. Okay, you've gone up maybe 2%. Okay, well, how are you going to make up that 8%? That's money out of pocket because everything you're buying with the same amount of dollars is more expensive. So don't listen to the government gaslighting you. Just make up your own mind and start investing, because there is no bad time or wrong time to start investing. Alicia Browning, hi. Good morning. You guys can hear like this sound back there. And we're gonna get into Abraham now. And are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And the sound is my gutter. There's a gutter above my head, and I think it's overflowing. Here it is. Here's an idiot. I can't believe you losers still do rideshare. Come on, man. It's 2025. Why don't you grab the link and come on? Let me shred you a little bit. And you are who? You're Abraham Lincoln? You shouldn't even put that picture there. You don't deserve it. But then the link is up here. Actually, let me put the link up just for you, sir. You know, this is the type of loser, actually. Actually, he's the loser. And it takes one to know one, by the way. You know. I have a 10 wide vertical put spread, August sold 29 delta. Okay, on what? You're stuck on deltas too much. I don't think delta means much. Oh, here's my, if you have a driver's license, people will pay you to drive other things like trucks, heavy equipment, forklift, work, blah, 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 blah. Okay, is that what you're doing? Congrats. If that's what you're doing, amazing. Talk is cheap, my man. Grab the link. Grab the link. I'm not going to send you to YouTube hell yet. But I don't understand, if you have a driver's license and a registered vehicle, why don't you just drive your happy ass to a real job? Oh, rideshare is not a real job? You think it's not a real job? What is a real job? Actually, that's a good topic we could debate. What is a real job? What is a real job these days? Software engineer? That you get replaced by AI? That's a real job? You know, people like you are just a waste of my time. Oracle. Oh, okay, fine. All right. You have been going about this all wrong. The key is to buy high and sell low, my guy. Okay, after that, I think I'm going to send you to YouTube heaven. Okay. Okay. See, we allow idiots like that to make themselves look like an idiot. Sound pretty American to me, my guy. How old were you when you moved to New York? That's the only real question. No, I was actually after college, after graduating from college. Oh, I can do whatever I want, man. I'm the owner of the channel. I can send you to YouTube jail for life. Did you know that? But you're entertaining me, so I'm gonna keep you around until you really say something belligerent, because so far you're just proving your stupidity. Hey, Luis, good morning. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you, sir. Thank you, or ma'am. Oh, yeah, it will be. It's been in 2025, but it'll get tighter in 2026. This is not just for me, it should be for everyone. You gotta manage risk properly. If you don't manage risk, you know. Okay, now you're going to YouTube jail. It sounds like you wanna see blood in the streets deep down. Are you alright, bro? Are you high? Are you smoking crack? Yeah, you're definitely going to jail. YouTube jail, here you come. Getting snow up here, -1. Shit. Well, it's not that cold here. It never gets that cold, obviously, but our mountains are gonna get a bunch of snow, though, because this is the heaviest rainfall we had for years. Long, long time. Yeah, they had an event in LA, I missed it, and, hopefully they'll do, events, live events, like he used to do with Tasty, him and Scott, with this lost dog, project that they have going. I subscribe to their channel. They do a live stream every day, I think between 7 and 8 AM Pacific. So, yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good conversation. And I sent him an email yesterday. Hopefully, he'll respond. Maybe I'll interview him on the channel. Okay, you're gone. Adios. Now you're belligerent now. Why are you belligerent, sir? Bye bye. Here comes YouTube jail. See, you didn't have to get there, but you took yourself there. Bye bye. YouTube jail. There you go. So I'm doing all my options trading level 2 account from my American bank brokerage. I'm thinking of moving bank to Europe soon. I don't know European platforms. I don't know the legalities, laws regarding that, but I can tell you what I'm using. I've been using Schwab's Street Smart Pro for over 20 years on a personal and family office account. I liked Street Smart Pro quite a bit, and then there was Schwab bought TD Ameritrade, and then their platform was Thinkorswim, which was built by Tom Sosnoff of Tasty, and then after that he built Tasty. They're pretty similar software. I like the platform quite a bit, Thinkorswim, and if you're doing option trading a level 2 account, trying to get a level 3 account, then you can do pretty much anything you want. Level 2 account, you have some restrictions. I don't think you can do naked strangles and things like that. So I don't know. I wish I could answer that question, but I'm pretty sure you could be. I think you could be. You could use Thinkorswim. I don't know why you can't. I don't think there should be a restriction. Maybe you should use a VPN and then use it. I don't know. I honestly I don't know, but I use Thinkorswim. I love it. I've been using it for initially it was like a pain in the ass because when you migrate from platform to platform, you just have to learn the quirks of the new platform. But I have it set up now the way I like it, and I love it. It's, I wouldn't think of switching. So here's the link, folks. If you guys want to join, well, we put Abraham Lincoln into the um, into YouTube jail, so I don't think he can show up. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. I think I can contribute some. I mean, Tom is great. Obviously, what he's done in life, what he's created, you know. I don't know what Lost Dog is about. I think it's more about careers and AI. I read somewhere that you could send your resume and they can tell you what you're worth, what kind of job you should be looking for, and things like that. They're creating the software. The website's not on yet, so I haven't really looked into it yet. But the YouTube channel is Lost Dog. I don't know. He comes up with these names, right? Think or Swim, Tasty, now Lost Dog. Tom is good about these things. He picks these names that just kind of go, how'd that come about? Yeah, it would be awesome. Yeah, that would be that would be great. Share some wisdom. Sounds like mostly the naked strangles also. Yeah, but you um, I know he's more of a seller, obviously. You know, he didn't start as a seller of options, right? He was doing directional trading on the floor. And I'm not against naked strangles at all. I do it myself. But the danger of naked strangles is um, definitely a whipsaw, number one, especially if you're doing it very high beta stocks, for example. If you're doing it with like a HIMS, let's say, or all close, some of these high flyers. If you did it with Rocket Lab, if you did it with ASTS, if you did it with all these stocks that can move 40 points literally in a week or two, you really, really need to have your threshold set properly, because the amount of premium you're taking in on naked strangle, the stock is moving a lot more. I mean, the puts that you sell are way so deep in the money, and you should never let it get there. And a lot of people did that on BMNU and MSTR and BMNR. You know, like we don't have to go there, but you know, you have to have a cutoff point. You just can't keep rolling down, and then you roll down, you roll the calls down, and then stock bottoms. And look what happened to Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab came from 80 to 40 in a week and a half. It was back to 80. So on the way down, if your puts are so deep in the money that you keep rolling, right, and you're taking the calls down, and now your calls are in trouble. So if you do it on high beta stocks, you have to have really, really good risk management. So Tom, I'm sure he's an amazing risk manager. So, you know, yeah, yeah. Man, I'm getting him all today. I appreciate LGBTQ streams like these. This is not an LGBTQ stream, but welcome to the channel. I'm not sure it has anything to do with LGBTQ. It's a finance channel, but hey, judging from the hat, you must fall into letter Q. Sending. Oh, okay, thank you. From this hat, the Barcelona hat. I didn't see the correlation. But anyway, thank you. Happy holidays. Can you set up an iron condor on Path or SoFi, please? I'm really curious if it's okay. Sure, we can do it. We are long path. The group is long path. Had a great day today. I like taking directionals, man. You know, in my trading account, especially, right? Um, you know, I'm not here to kiss my sister. Okay, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to go 4, 5, 6x of the benchmark. So if the S&P 500 is, you know, up 15%, I want to get to 45, 50, 60%. And if I do that, then as you know, taxes need to be paid. Short-term capital gains goes into your ordinary income rates. After you pay the taxes, where are you, right? And the slippage and the commissions. You need to get 4, 5, 6x actually to make it worth your time. That's why I don't pay attention to these fools on X, and you know they go like, oh, "Look at me, look at me." I'm like, bro. And then on the first 5% pullback on the market, all the high beta names they hold are down 50%, and then they disappear. You know, they're so used to market V bottoming and saving their ass. SoFi is probably the okay stock to do an iron condor. Pats is a little wilder than that, but yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at some options. Yeah, man, I don't know. I got Abraham Lincoln. I got this one. I'm like, hey. But anyway, so I hope you like the hat, though. I mean, vamos Barca, Barca forever. We bleed this color. I mean, you know what I mean? I didn't know it was an LGBTQ hat, but hey, look, all good. All right, nobody wants to come on? Okay, I'm putting the link up again. There's got to be somebody that wants to come on. It would have been a good debate with that idiot, but he he crossed the line in the sand. We don't want that. All right, let's go to positions. Market is closed. S&P grinding higher to all-time high. If it's not an all-time high, we're right there. Are we there? Yep, ATH today, no doubt. I mean, this kind of pattern, we could be taken off here. We could get up to about 7,200 maybe. We'll see. Maybe we will get the Santa rally after all. I don't know. I don't know, but let's get to the positions. And positions have not changed really. ASST, long bunch of leaps going out to January 2027. That's my lotto ticket for 2026. Long 3,500 shares of BMNU, but then that position sold calls, covered, they expect worthless cost basis is going down. Now I'm short some 6 put. I'll add to shares if I get assigned. I was long 1,500, 5,000 shares of BZAI. The new rule is with stocks is 25% up, 12.5% down. We risk managed that way. So when we got down there, down 12.5%, cut half the position. Bought some Dollar Tree calls yesterday, sold 5 of them today. Because it got to 50% gain. So 50% on options, 50% gain, 25% loss. We're out of there. And Wave Life Sciences, long 30 calls, February 20s. Anyway, so on DLTR, February 235s, average cost. I could only buy 20. I'm just testing it before New Year's. I'm going to start allocating 10% of account equity to each position and try to manage it at 50 plus and cut it off at minus 25 on options and 25 plus and minus 12.5 on stocks on equity. And if you do that, and if you're at a 50% win rate, you will more than double your account. So win rate is meaningless. So it got there. So my cost was 145, 144 on DLTR. They got to 210. That's 50%. Took a little bit off the table. We'll keep the rest. On WVE, long 30 at 172. They closed at 210. 250, 260, 270 is the range I'm looking to sell. And that's about it. Those are the positions. Mostly cash, really. 70% still cash. Always keep cash. Next week's is going to be Affirm, Lemonade, Path, and we're in. Looking at Fastly. There's a bunch of stocks. Carnival Cruise, just dealing with stocks in my list, in my watch list. And talking about that watch list. So take a look at this, folks. Let's see. Let's see how many stocks we have. Here's the list. Why deal with shit when you have, look at all these names on the list. It's like pages and pages of 52-week high. Most of them are mining stocks, bank stocks, insurance companies, like Citicorp is in here, a lot of banks, Bank of America is in here. They're all making 52-week highs after highs. I built about a 68, I'm going to take it up to maybe 80 stocks. Built a 68 stock watch list. And these are the stocks I'm going to trade and rotate. You can see the rotation of what's going on. A lot of mine, half of this group is mining stocks, and about a quarter is financial stocks, and the rest are, some biotech stocks. But all I'm trying to say is that's what I look at. That's what I trade. I can't guess bottoms. If anybody says, yeah, buy the low, sell the high, run the other direction for sure. So you were asking me about Iron Condor on SoFi. I mean, how far do you want to go out? But I'll just give a little bit of a clue, let's say. Let's do it. Path is the first one. Let's do some charts. Hopefully somebody will come on. I mean, look, Path had great earnings, good response to earnings, gapped up, got up to almost 20. With AI actually being as suppressed as AI names, the stock is actually doing well. They have, this is agentic AI actually. So I see it going back to 20. So when you're going to do an Iron Condor, you know, let's take the moving averages, let's say. So I would look at the 14s, which is the 200 EMA. And I would look at the recent high, but the stock was on a 52-week high. Let's say pull back. That's why we got in. Pull back to 20 EMA or middle Bollinger Band. That's when the first, you know, take a crack at it. And it's working so far. So if I were to do one, I would do probably, let's get into it. Let's go maybe February. Yeah, it's not worth it, man. February 14 puts. If you can get more aggressive, maybe. Yeah, Iron Condors are not worth it on this one. And February 20 puts are 14. I mean, if you go too wide, 14.12, you're going to take 10 cents. And you're risking $2. Not good. I wouldn't do Iron Condor on this one. Actually, these calls are pretty cheap as well. You know, IV 55. If you go 2022, 14.12, let's just price it. Let's see what it looks like. Sell the 14, buy the 12, sell the 20, because that's the high, and buy the 22, let's say. 43-cent credit. Is it worth it? And how much is it going to cost? Let's take a look. So $43 per option. For 5 lots, it's going to cost you $793 for going to February, which is 58 days. All right, so for 5 lots, it's $800. Let's say 800 divided by 5, 160. You're taking in $43 per option. It's not bad. 25%. If the stock is between 14 and 20 by February. I mean, the risk is on the upside on this, obviously. You're risking 2. Max loss is 2. Stock is 22. You're losing $2. You're taking in 43 cents. The put side is going to expire worthless, obviously. Nah. I mean, although the requirement's nice and very equity efficient, yeah, your risk is on the upside. So, but then, obviously, when you do get violated on the upside, right? So you took in 43 cents at 20.43. You should roll it up. You shouldn't wait until you have max loss in it. So you're going to take in 43, 45 cents. Your max loss is $2. Don't like it. Wouldn't do it. Just be directional, man. Just buy the stocks or buy the options. And the other one was what? SoFi? SoFi probably better because the premiums are better and IV is probably higher. Plus VIX, by the way, is at 13, folks. That's as low as it's been. So be careful with the market. So on SoFi, stock closed at 27.5. Recent high was what? What was the recent high? 33. Recent low, 23. Stock is exactly in the middle, almost. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what that looks like. 33, 35 on the put side. This is February as well. I mean, on the call side. Yeah, this may be better actually. Sell the 33s. Buy the 35s, let's say. Let's go too wide. And then this may not be bad. We'll sell the 25s. Buy the 23s. 90 cents. Almost a buck. Okay. What's the requirement for five lots? Mine is auto set at 5, so we'll figure it out. This is better, much better. So on Thinkorswim, they're charging me $563. Put 5 lots on. It's about $100. 120 bucks, 110 bucks each, and you're taking in 90. Now we're talking. I may even do this myself. You're going too wide on the wings. The body is 33.25. 8 wide body, 2 wide wings. Taking in dollar for that looks pretty good, man. I may actually do that. Thanks for the idea. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Going out to February. You can go out to January and test this out. Let's see what the Januaries look like. Shorter term, obviously, decay is going to be more. You're going to take in a lot less, but let's do the same one. Let's do the 25 puts. Yeah, person, I can already see it's not going to be anything like that. 25, 23, not 24. 25, 23, same one, same width, same body width, same body, same everything. Selling, yeah, that's not going to be worth anything. February is good. Sell the 33s, buy the 35s. 30 cents. Not worth it. The other one is worth it. And the requirement is higher on this for some reason. 863 for 5 lots. That's interesting. Yeah, because on the other one, we're taking in commission. We're taking in 90 cents. They reduce it by 90 cents, yeah. I like the February. February 25, 23, and 33, 35. Yeah, I like it. I may do that myself on Friday on SoFi. So you're at 33. I'm using 33 as the top end. I'm using 25 as the bottom end. Going too wide, 25, 23, 33, 35. Again, your risk is 2, but you're taking in almost 1. So 1 to 1, that's not bad at all, actually. Honestly, looks pretty good. So that's how I do it. Hopefully you agree. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, you guys didn't get that? Shit. We can see. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and do it again. I fucked up. Well, just okay. I did the path. Path is not worth it. We'll do it again. SoFi in March pays 170. Sell 23. Put by 16. Why would you go so wide, man? I wouldn't go that wide at all. You're already behind the 8 ball here. Why would you go so wide? You're risking 7, my man. You're taking in $1.70 and you're risking 7. I would. Your wings are so wide. It doesn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense whatsoever. If this is how you're doing naked strangles, you're gonna be in trouble. But I'll go back and look at it. Let's show you the February ones. We can go to March too, but I think February is the sweet spot. Do they have earnings coming up? They probably do. That's why IV is pretty high. So let's take a look. Okay, sorry about that. I figured I messed up something. So my iron condor on SoFi would be 2 wide wings, 8 wide body. This is February. This is January. Let's go to March. Yeah, why would you go 7 wide wings? You're inviting trouble. Let's go to March, the same one. Oh, February. Let me see. February's our higher IV. No, they're about the same, 60. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do the 33, 35. Sell the 33s. Buy the 35s. Sell the 25s. Buy the 23s. $1.07. Too wide. You're taking in 107, risking 2. And the requirement is 473, $100 a pop. You're taking in 100% premium. This is okay, but time is too long. I like February. I like February. Same thing though. February. That's the trick. Going 7 wide is nuts. Crazy. I would never do that. Ever. So let's do that again. We're selling the Feb 25 puts, buying the Feb 23 puts. You can go a little wider, but 2 points is fine. You got to have, okay, if your body is 8 wide, which it is on this case, your wings cannot be that wide. Your wings cannot be 8 wide. And then we're doing the 35s. We're selling the 35s and buying the 37s. Yeah, 80 cents. Did I do that right? Let me see. Let's start over from that one. I think it was 90 cents. What happened to that? Hold on a second. We're selling the 25s, buying the 23 puts, and we're selling the 33s, not 35s. Never mind. We're selling the 33 puts, calls, and buying the 35 calls. Yep, 90 cents. Requirement, $500, almost dollar for dollar. You're risking 1 to, you can lose 2. Max loss is 2. I like it. I like it. Yeah, because the way I picked those is I picked a high at 33, picked a low at 25. That's my body width. And basically we're hoping that it stays in between 25 and 33 for the next at least 20 days. So then you can take in probably 50% of it. And that's what I would do. I like that trade, actually. I do like that trade quite a bit. All right, so let's go to some charts. I know you guys can see it. So this is 1 year, 1 day. I don't draw lines on my charts, naked charts. Let's take a look. This is SPX. Yep, new ATH, all-time high. Looks nice. What is there to say? It's grinding higher. Triple Q. I don't know if Triple Q made a new high. No, not yet. It's actually pretty close. 1.5% from all-time high. That's because Mag 10 has kind of stalled now. And this is IWM, Russell 2000. That just made a new all-time high, and then, pulling back a little bit. Nice. Mag 7 stalled. That's why Triple Q is not participating at the moment. These are the stocks I'm in. Path. I'm along the February 15 calls. Like it quite a bit. And hopefully we'll retest 20. Another one I'm in is WVE. Once it makes a 52-week high, you wait a little bit of low volume, pull back, and then you get in. We're at 1825. My group and myself, we're along the February 20s. They floated a secondary at 19, and I got in at like 16 range. So long the February 20 calls. Dollar Tree. Makes a 52-week high. The first pullback into support, which is the 20 MA or 50, well, the middle Bollinger Band, which is also 20 MA. That's your trade point, actually. If the trend is really strong, 20 EMA should hold. If not, 50 EMA will definitely hold. And those are the 3 open long positions I have on the option side. BMNU, on my cost basis, I think it's about 678. I have some puts out there for 6s. If I get assigned, I get assigned some more. We're at 560. So what cover calls does, folks. I was long the same amount of shares stock, but I was covered with the 8, 9, 10, 11 calls, and stock rallied to about 12 and a half. $15,000, $18,000 profit turned into $35,000, $4,000 loss now. I'll sell the calls again, reduce some more. But cover calls not my cup of tea, man. I just don't like the damn things. And so let's go. This is Ethereum. I sure hope this is a bottom, because if this ain't the bottom, we're looking at an ugly picture. And Oracle is doing the same thing, by the way. If it's under its 200 EMA, death cross doesn't happen. I don't see much going on here. We need to take out, on ETHA. ETHA is the Ethereum iShares ETF. We need to take out like 25 on this, which is this high. This is all chopsticks, technical bullshit, but sometimes it works. We need to take out 26, and then we're on our way. If we don't, we're into one of these downtrend kind of things. And we are in a downtrend, so don't lie to yourselves, folks. I know what Tom Lee is saying and all these ex-influencers, blah, 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 blah. Price is the price. You can argue with the price all you want. You have an opinion, and this is the Bitcoin ETF, IBIT. Same chart. Either this is the top that we're just going to absolutely get hammered from and see Bitcoin at 70,000 maybe-ish, somewhere that range, but then I'm DCAing every Monday, so it doesn't matter. I'll buy it cheaper. The point I'm trying to make is these are bearish charts. Whoever's smoking crack and says, oh, Bitcoin going to 200,000, whatever. Look, I respect Tom Lee, but hey, if you're listening to Tom Lee and trading, you're in trouble. So whatever. Or some sort of joker influencer on X. The price is the price, man. It's not going to lie. It's looking at you in the face. I do like Affirm quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to put a call debit spread on that, probably if not Friday, on Monday. 80 breakout on that will take us to 100. So we're definitely going to trade that. I like Lemonade a lot. It's just kind of squeezing itself here before the next leg up. There are a lot of stocks I like. I like Carnival Cruise. Give me a little bit more pullback. I'm all over it. I like Amcor. As you guys know, I'm dealing with 52-week highs. All right, 52-week high, low volume pullback. I'm in. And then the next comes the next 52-week high, as opposed to dealing with Oracle. I mean, how do I know this is the bottom? I have no idea. Why couldn't it go to 120? I don't know. It's about 200. Okay, so there's possible bullish divergence going on. Earnings were horrible. Okay, high volume sell-off, maybe capitulation. My money says it's going to go sideways. My long-term port is doing better than my trading account this year, which is embarrassing, but that means I picked the right stocks. Google is in there. And Lululemon is in there. I'm actually up on all these now. Kava, actually, now I'm up on this. I was down about 12%. Oh, 61. Yeah, my cost is about 58. It got down to 43. Kava and UPS, those 4 stocks. I'm looking to add one more. Those are the stocks. UPS, I bought about 95. Kava is about 58. Google, I bought it in April. I like Waymo quite a bit, so I think it's going to be a huge business for Google. And I paid about $152 for Google. But I've sold May 2026 350 calls at $26. So trying to go for 1 year, 1 day for long-term capital gains as opposed to short-term capital gains. Trading account, investment account, 2 different ones. Don't mix business with pleasure. What else do I like? I like my 52-week list of 68 stocks. I'm going to build it to about 80 and keep rotating. Gold, new high today, although it may have topped off a little bit, but What a move. What a move. Best performing asset in 2025. Silver, parabolic. When things go parabolic, you got to be careful. And that's why all the mining stocks, you ask me, Tahoe King, they're all doing well. And this is the gold miners 2x ETF, NUGT. I mean, what is there not to like about that chart? Right? Higher high, higher lows. Or you can deal with HIMS. I have no idea what's going on there. I mean, you guys see the difference? Why do I have to deal with this and try to figure, okay, is this the bottom or whatever? There are a lot of lovers of these stocks. Open is another one. People go, Open's going to be 80. I'm like, bro, it's going to go 10 first before it goes to 12. I do like it, I mean, at some point, I'll probably trade it on the breakout because we're going inside that channel. But why should I even be involved? I have 6,000 stocks on NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. Why do I have to be in the same 10 stocks that these influencers kindly talk about? Another one is Oscar. Okay, that's Oscar. Dead man walking, literally, like dead money. Okay, instead of being Oscar, well, if you're in Cardinal Health, they're both healthcare stocks. There's a 52-week high on that one. Look at the difference. Why do I have to deal with Oscar? I mean, I have zero interest in any of this stuff. Find yourself a basket of stocks that are outperforming the market. That's it. I mean, I'm trying to maybe sounds too simple, but it's pretty much that. Even within the same group, right? UPS I bought at 95 after God knows 4 years of whatever waiting because it went above 200 EMA. They're laying off people. Earnings were good. Gap up. Good catalyst. Okay, I bought it. Compared to FedEx, same business, same thing. This is FedEx making a 52-week high, and this is UPS, exact same goddamn business, right? There you go. Even within the same group, some stocks don't do well. If you look at UPS is selling at where it was selling 10 years ago, maybe more. This is going back to 2016. Yeah, UPS is selling exactly where it sold 10 years ago. All right, what if it was peaked at 233, got all the way down to 80? Well, it's been in its own bear market while the market has ripped, right? Okay, so you got to be in the right stock. Same thing with Nike. People go, oh, Nike is cheap. I'm like, how's it cheap, bro? It's back to where it was 10, 12 years ago. I don't know if it's cheap. I don't want to deal with this. I want to deal with Nike when it's doing this. I want to catch the trend, suck most of the trend, and then see you later. But when people go like Nike's cheap, I'm like, how do you know it's cheap? What if it goes to 40? I don't know. And I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. There's 6,000 stocks. Go find something else. So my goal is to make you guys understand that you need to do some work on the weekends, maybe. Find yourself outperforming stocks. There's always names. A lot of financial stocks are doing well. Look at Bank of America. Higher highs, higher lows. Look at that trend. Goldman Sachs. Same thing. New high. JP Morgan. Why am I supposed to deal with Oklo? I don't even know. Like all these people go talk about this stuff. Like stock was 193, cut more than in half. Literally, in like 2 months. 194 down to 80. Yeah, granted, it's still up 3x for the year. Okay, fine, good. But if you got caught in that 193 to 80, what's so fun about it? And then on the naked strangle side, I was talking about Rocket Lab, how you get whipsawed. Look at that whipsaw. You sold the puts, you sold the calls. Let's say stock was 70. You sold the 60 puts, you sold the 80 calls. Stock breaks, goes to 40. What are you going to do? You're going to say, I pray to God one day it'll go back up. No, you roll down, then you roll to 70 and 50. You're still in the money deep. You roll again. Then you go to 60 and 40. Okay. Every time you roll, you're losing money, right? I mean, there's a fact. And then it rips. It goes from 40 to 80 in literally 2 weeks. And now your calls are losing money. So be careful with the naked strangles. It's not what people think it is. Same thing with ASTS, right? Stock goes from 100 to 50 while the market's at an all-time high. You want to ride a 50% down leg? I don't want to deal with it, man. It takes too much effort. I want to sleep and then So IREN, people talk about these power generators for, AI. Okay, well, there's IREN, NBIS, stock goes from 76 to 30. I'm like, why am I supposed to deal with a 60% drawdown? And my money could be in SPX and I'll be making money. I mean, seriously. Again, granted, stock was 10. It's 40. It's up 4x. Great. If you're buying and holding this thing, great. But these are not to be bought and held. These things could literally disappear. If this AI thing is a bubble, we'll see. We'll find out. NBIS is the other one. People love these names. Okay, it may be basing here. Quantum computing stock, same thing. People go, quantum, okay, Rigetti. I traded it, I shorted it, I covered too soon, but whatever. It goes from 58 to 20. Okay, well, is it basing now? I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather deal with this. I'd rather with Dollar Tree. I'd rather deal with Fastly. These types of charts. We're about to make new 52-week highs. I don't want to catch a falling knife. I don't know where they're going to stop. I just don't know. If anybody says they know, they're better than me. So that's the lesson for today. Yeah. I don't want to deal with headaches. All right, nobody wants to come on. This is bullshit. Okay, you're stuck on deltas, Mike. Come on, buddy. Delta is important, but you got to figure out your body width and wing width. I'm trying to emulate a naked strangle by buying the 5 to 10 deltas. Huh? I gave you the Iron Condor. I think that's a great trade on SoFi. Path, I wouldn't do. I think it's a good trade on SoFi. Going out 58 days, 33, 35, 25, 30, 25, 23. Taking in buck, requirements $500. Dollar for dollar, you're taking in one, max loss 2. Can't get a better Iron Condor than that. But again, I would definitely not do this. This one, this is definitely no bueno. No, definitely not. No. Your body is 12 wide and your wings are 7 wide. Screaming trouble. Anyway, but it's your call. It's your money. This is not financial trading or investment advice, by the way, folks. Okay. So we went through that. We did that. What else? What else is going on? Anybody want to show up? Here's the link. Last chance. Last chance. Well, there it is. So if you guys don't want to show up, fine. Come back on Friday. Maybe you won't show up on Friday. So here's the schedule for this week and the end of the year. Mondays, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Fridays, Power Hour with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Same thing for next week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So thank you for the support. Channel is growing. Please share. Please put a thumbs up if you like the content. I'm a no spin kind of a guy. I'll call it the way I see it. I post my positions transparently every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the community page of the YouTube channel. So you can go see what they are. Again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is very risky. Don't follow me. But if you decide to follow me, trades are posted. I show the L's, I show the W's. Next year, I'm really looking forward to it because laser focused money management and dealing with outperforming stocks as opposed to some wild animals that I see moving up and down $40, $50. I'm like, I'm not part of that game. I don't want to deal with it. You'll make more money with the other ones. And what else? Yeah, please go subscribe to the free newsletter on the website. It's free. I'm not asking for Discord, chat, this, that, whatever. Or if you do want to support the channel, I have a Telegram chat group. It's a tight, small group. They're all learning. They're all getting better. Go to the YouTube channel, click join, send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I'll send you the Telegram chat group link. That's where I post all my trades live. As I do it, as soon as I execute it, I post it. On top of that, I post my positions on a daily basis. On the YouTube channel, I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so there's a gap. But on the Telegram chat group, members group, they also get a members live with every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my schedule. That's where I interact with them one-on-one. It becomes more like a tutoring session. I did look at the March. Yeah, I was like, I would definitely not do it. Definitely not do it. I said it already. Your wings are too wide. You're taking in 170 or $1.70. You're risking 7. Doesn't make sense. Your max loss is 7, and you're thinking it won't happen. I'm like, of course it could happen. Market crashes, then what? Doesn't make any sense. You can't take in 170 and have a max loss of 7. The one I gave you is 90 cents you're taking in, max loss is 2, and you're going out to February, and same requirement. You're taking in almost dollar for dollar. You can't do better than that. So I will definitely not be participating in your March idea, but thanks for the overall SoFi idea. I like the February 33, 35, and 25, 23. I like that. I will put that on probably Friday or Monday. I think that's a good one. So, well, that's where we finish. So thank you for the support. I'll be back on Friday. Thank you for thank you for tuning in, obviously. And without you guys, I still do it because I vent quite a bit about what I see right, what I see wrong. So it's instead of going to the psychiatrist, I go here. But Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. I'll be back for New Year's, so we'll do those wishes next week. And please stay healthy. Please know what you're doing. Buyer beware. But I do want to share my 30 plus years of experience of trading and investing with you all for free. At this point, I just want to improve financial literacy, and I don't want bag holders, because people don't know what has happened in the year 2000. They don't have memories. They're not that old. They haven't traded through a bear market. All they think is stocks only go up. Well, stocks only don't go up. Look at all these other names that we showed, right? Stocks go down 40, 50, 60% while the market's making all-time highs. Rotation is a powerful thing. Momentum is a powerful thing. I'm not telling you guys not to trade these momentum stocks, but when the momentum comes out, you're going to hold a bag. And I do see a lot of that on X. And, but, it's your money. You got to do what you got to do. To make money is easy. To keep it is hard. Being consistent is very hard. Very hard. All right. Thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I will see you guys on Friday. What's up, Doug? Thank you. All right. Much love. Stay safe. Have fun with the family. Family is the most important thing. Open your gift tomorrow. You'll find out if you've been naughty or nice. Enjoy Christmas. It's an amazing time of the year. And I will see you guys on Friday.